The eyes of the world now look into space, to the moon, and to the planets beyond.
On the 25th of May 1961, President John F. Kennedy of the United States of America committed the resources of his nation and launched Project Apollo, the greatest technological undertaking in the history of mankind.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal, before this decade is out, of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
This was the race to space, working to beat the Russians, and the enthusiasm was absolutely tremendous.
People were absolutely glued to their televisions. It was a transformative event in human history.
The Eagle has landed.
1/5 of humanity watched Neil Armstrong's footsteps in 1969.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
For one priceless moment in the whole history of man, all the people on this earth are truly one.
But only 2 years later, in 1972, public and political interest in the Apollo had dwindled. NASA were forced to cancel their last 3 missions, making Apollo 17 man's final mission to the moon. Astronauts Eugene Cernan, Harrison Schmitt, and Ronald Evans were the 3 brave men chosen to fly NASA's final mission. They have been written up in history books and acknowledged by the space and scientific communities, but have never received the public recognition they truly deserved. Yet Apollo 17's voyage to the moon was the crowning glory of man's lunar exploration.
Apollo 17 broke so many records.
It's got to be one of the most proud moments of my life, I guarantee you.
The crew spent 3 days on the lunar surface. Their moonwalks lasted 8 hours. They covered a greater distance than any other mission.
The scientific legacy of Apollo 17 has been enormous. Had Apollo 17 not happened when it did, I shudder to think really what textbooks would have to say, even now, about the early history of the solar system.
Man, I covered ground like a kangaroo.
Apollo 17 did mark the end of an era. Since then, we haven't travelled into space as far.
Apollo 17 is the hidden jewel of the US lunar space program.
The world knows how the Apollo program began, but very few truly understand how it ended. This is the remarkable story of the determination and courage of a generation, a tribute to 3 brave astronauts and the thousands of men and women behind them during the final days of NASA's Apollo program.
Our hero man completed his first exploration of the moon. In the spirit of peace of all mankind,